This is really going to be even quicker than the last one because we really have to do it that way. But these both are having lunch, so you'll be able to beard them in your own den. Have I got any questions? Gentleman there, and that'll be it. Right.
Hello, Daniel von Scheven, Acre Energy. This whole subject matter, energy crop, which appears to be sort of a hot potato all of a sudden. What exactly is the definition of energy crop?
Thank you. Questioner?
Jeremy Eldon from Glendale Power. Could I ask Howard on the take-up of the standard permits? It struck me that there was an incompatibility between your enthusiasm for CHP, which is shared by the councils, and your requirement that the AD plant be at least 250 metres away from anywhere that could use the heat.
Well, a quick answer from both, starting with I think it's you really.
Crop. If you're growing a crop, the purpose of which is a feed material for the AD, then that is a non-waste because the intention of that crop is for use as a feed. If the intention of that crop is for a food material and some of it is outside of the spec or goes rotten or whatever, and you think, aha, let's put that in the AD, then the intention was not to use it as a feed material. And essentially that's the overall definition. Now we will sit down and have discussions of what your intention was, but in terms of the principle, that's what it's all about. And the demonstrations can be made.
If it's mainly going to Tesco's, it doesn't count. Right, let's...
in terms of the standard rules take-up, the take-up is not as high as we would like, and there's a lot of operators that are falling foul of some of the distance criteria, not least some of the farmers that build their AD facilities in the curtilage of the farm, next to the farmhouse. Now the farmhouse is actually a dwelling, and it's within 250 metres. So therefore, the standard rules don't apply, and they have to go down the bespoke route. And I feel for them, but in terms of the distances, all of this comes about from our dispersion modelling, which we undertake using a recognised model, takes into account things like building downwash, etc. And bear in mind, standard rules is all about a screening approach. A screening approach allowing us to give out a permit with the lightest of touches. Failing that screening approach, we have to do a more in-depth assessment. And if we find that the NOx that's coming out of your stack is such a level that ground level concentrations are being exceeded, then unfortunately you have to go down the route of either abatement, and we don't look at that, or increase your stack height, or move your AD facility. Now, as part of the consultation exercise that I've recently held on relaxing those rules, I've actually have modelling evidence to say that I can remove those distance limits. I haven't quite convinced our statutory consultees on this because they are still going to remain for distances to ecological sites. The reason being is they're far more sensitive usually than human beings that tend to move about. We can take a lot more than the sphagnums and bogs, etc. of this world, which are fixed. And the deposition rates, they would say, are too high to allow a screening approach to take these out without undertaking an in-depth assessment, and that comes at a cost. So the take-up is not as I would like. I'm doing as much as I can to relax the rules where I can. The other thing, of course, is if you move over to bespoke, then there's the charges associated with it. I've got to look with colleagues to make sure that those charges are cost reflective, because it's not really the approach that worries people, it's how long it takes to get a permit and how much it's going to cost them. And even down the bespoke route, through our team now that faces AD, we are looking to speed up the determination process, and we report weekly to our lords and masters in government and also our directors of the speed of turnaround, so it's heavily scrutinised, and the costs. And we're looking to reduce where we can.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Any points you want to add to that?
Nope.
Nope. Well, that's extremely good. Now, can I remind you that we are back here at 2 o'clock. Your lunch hour has become a lunch 3/4 of an hour, but I'm sure you will find plenty of time to, as they say, network. Thank you all very much.